cake. Now, we're going to keep this simple. We're going to make a box cake today. Any white cake or butter cake that you choose, any brand is fine. And we're just going to follow the instructions on the back of the package. Just going to break it up a little bit. This one calls for 3 eggs, water, and butter. Okay, then we're just going to whisk this around. Now, if you want to add more flavoring to this, you can. You can add vanilla, almond, whatever you prefer. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Get this whisked up real nice. Okay, I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. Oops, that was a little bit too much. And a half of almond. Almond is real strong, maybe even a little less than half. You can always doctor those up. Make sure everything is off the bottom. Okay, now I'm going to show you what I'm going to use. I'm going to use this heart tin, and I did line it, and I lined the sides just to make it easy for it to pop out, and then I sprayed some Pam spray on there. And that's what I'm going to use. We're going to bake it according to the instructions of the box, and that's going to be it. Just level it out as much as possible. Okay, and it looks like this. I'm going to pop it in the oven for about 35 minutes. I'm going to test it at about 30 minutes to see if it's ready, and then we're going to move on to the pudding. Okay, for the pudding part, I have a little stock pot here. We're going to put in vanilla pudding, and we're just going to bake it with some milk, and you're going to take out 1/4 cup of what it tells you on there. So if it tells you to put in 2 cups of milk, which that's about what they ask you to do, you're going to put in 1 3/4 cups, because we're going to add something to this to make it more flavorful. We're going to put some strawberry jam in here so that it can match up more with the cake, since we're going to add strawberries to the top. Okay, so you just cook this according to the package. Okay, this is getting nice and thick. See how it's getting nice and thick now? So we're going to take it off the heat. We're going to scrape everything off, make sure everything is off the bottom. Okay, so we're going to get this bowl, and we're going to put our pudding in the bowl, and we're going to cover it with some saran wrap so that it doesn't get a film on top. Get every little bit out of there. Okay, but now before we do that, we're going to add the 2 tablespoons of strawberry preserve that we have here. If you don't have strawberry, anything that's red, just so we can have that effect of light pink. If you don't have strawberry and you have cherry, that's fine too. And then we're going to hit it with some food color after it's cooled off to make it real pink. Okay, so we're just going to cover this with some saran wrap and push it down so that it doesn't get a film. Let it cool here for about 20 minutes, and then put it in the refrigerator for about 1.5 hours, and we'll be back. Okay, we're going to move on to the strawberries and the glaze that we're going to put on top. And here I have some fresh strawberries and this Concord Foods glaze for strawberries. I think these are readily available at your grocery store, and if not, I'll try to find a link for it. And I'm just going to put it in here because we're going to put the strawberries in there. Okay, and then we're just going to start cutting our strawberries. I just cut the ends off. Okay, and then we're just going to slice these. You can cut these in any shape you want. I'm just going to cut them in half and then in half again. So basically they're just quartered like that. But if you want to make them smaller than that, that's okay. That's up to you. This part does not matter. If they're too big like this one, I would cut it in 3 pieces. Just so it won't be so big. Try to keep them all the same size. We're going to mix this up, and then we're just going to leave it in the refrigerator until we're ready to use it. Okay, I'm going to cover it and put it in the refrigerator. Okay guys, the cake is out of the oven. It was in there for 40 minutes. I'm going to leave it in the mold for about 10 minutes to cool down a little bit, and then I'm going to pop it over and let it completely cool on this cooling rack. So I'll be back in a little bit after this is completely cool. Okay guys, I got the pudding out of the refrigerator, and what we're going to do is we're going to add some color. So I have my little food coloring here, and I'm going to pick the red because maybe it'll get kind of pink. And then you just put a few drops. You make it as dark as you want. A little bit more so we can get it a little bit darker, and that should be it. Okay, that's it. We're going to set this aside and get ready with our other stuff. I got some chocolate. What I did is I got some baker's chocolate, milk chocolate. If you want to use dark chocolate, that's fine too. And all I did was melt it in the microwave in 30-second intervals, okay? Put it in for 30 seconds, go and stir it around. Put it in for another 30 seconds, and that should be enough. You just want it loose like this. Okay, we have our strawberry glaze here, our Cool Whip, and that should be it. I'm going to get the cake, and we'll get the cake cut in half, and we'll get started. Okay, we're going to take our cake, and here I have our cake board that I'm going to use. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut it in half, and I have a bread knife, a serrated knife, and we're going to try to go about halfway down. And there you go. And it's a small cake, so you should be able to handle it with no problem. But I'm going to use the top part as the bottom, because the top part is never as pretty and flat as the bottom. So we're going to place our cake, the top part face down on our cake board, and just try to get it as even as possible. Now we're going to set this other one aside. Okay, I went and got my little turntable just to make it easier for myself. Here we have the pudding that we put some red food coloring in. We're going to put this in the middle and just try to get it as even as possible. You'll have some left over, but you can use that for later if you like. Now we are going to add the other part, and we're going to face it down like that, and then we're going to get our little spatula and just run it along the side like that. And that's it. Okay, now what I did is I took some Cool Whip, any brand will do, doesn't have to be a name brand, and I put some into a piping bag with the piping tip, just a start piping tip. I don't know if you can see this. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to go around the heart. It doesn't have to be fancy or anything. You just do whatever you want to do. Okay, just like that. Just go all the way around the perimeter. Now, we're going to take our strawberry with our jelly gel, and we're going to put it in the middle. Try not to mess up the whipped cream. Something that looks like this. You can't really move it around too much because it still needs to sit in the refrigerator for a little bit and set for about an hour, hour and a half at least before you cut it. Okay, so now that we have that down, you could stop right here and it would be a beautiful cake to have for Valentine's Day, for your kids, for a birthday, for any occasion. But I like to add a little bit of chocolate. And all I do to the chocolate is I just take a little fork and I get some on the tip and I just drizzle it like this. See? Just a little drizzle. Okay, then you just take a little paper towel and wipe your little cake board and get it looking pretty again. Okay, now that I've got everything cleaned up, my cake board cleaned up, I'm going to go around the edges with some more whipped cream. Okay guys, and that's it. There is your Valentine's Day cake. That is great for just, I mean, it doesn't have to be for Valentine's. It's great for any occasion. Look at that. Now, you do have to put it in the refrigerator for a couple of hours to make sure that it sets, and when you cut it, everything will slice perfectly and it won't be jiggling around. Okay, but that's gonna be it for the cake. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna give you a close-up. Okay guys, that's gonna conclude the video for today. I will have everything that I used linked and the recipe linked in the description box below. And I surely would appreciate it if y'all would share the videos with people or tag people. If you try the recipe, come back and let us know if you liked it. Give us a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, the button's right there. Just hit that button right there so you can be subscribed, and turn on the notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a video and you won't miss out on any upcoming videos. Okay guys, that's going to conclude the video for today. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to y'all later. Bye.